wrong project. Alright, here we are. Open all code. Go to CD, CPP, bitmap font, BPFT. No? BPFT? There it is. Yes, okay. Alright, so now we are going to debug, because last time I got the whole thing, I thought it's all put together, but it's not rendering fonts, right? Let me bring this over here actually. If I run the game real quick. That's right, that doesn't work either. I gotta check a few things. So why is run not working? Cypherdrive.exe. Yeah, that should be fine. So why would it not run? Yeah, can't understand that. Ah, shit. Alright, so at least my debug script still works. Wait, one last thing. Yeah, that looks right. Okay. Never mind then. I'll just run it through here and figure out why it's broken some other time. So, I want to take a look at everything to do with rendering the fonts and see where things go wrong. So first, there's the bind, or bank bind, yeah, blah 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 blah. Cool. Alright, in we go. So it gets a font. Font is non-zero, because the bank has a font with that ID set aside. We begin dumping a file. The dump suggests that the file exists and has a non-zero size. I get a font buffer there. I begin a reader and then I do dump end. That's a bit of an odd order for things to be done in. Do I use the reader down there? No, so I just put that in the wrong order. I want to make that reader after the dump end because it makes more sense to me. And then that succeeds. BPFT. Oh, what's that? Typester. Alright. So here we go again. Font file contains BPFT. We come into here looking for 4. We've got an output position right there. That works. We copy there. BPFT. Move the pointer forward 4. Return good. Oh, those all say 0, 1, 2. Yeah, okay. Wait, what file is this in? Render target. Oh, that's right, I can't run it. Gotta debug it. Cool. Cool. Um, cool. Get a version, read that out. Version, if version equals 1, it does, that's good. Get some positions, that did not fail either, that's good. We directly read out some values here, so boom, boom, boom. Texture width, texture height. What was the Atlas with 95 and 25, and those rounded up to 128 and 32. That's so much better than what it was before. It was just doing 512, 512. So now it's using the smallest possible power of 2 for each dimension, which has made it, what? Maybe thousands of times smaller? I'm not sure, let me check. 512 times 512. Times 32. Awesome. Yeah, it's about 200,000 times smaller in terms of numbers of bytes. Or 200,000 bytes smaller, I should say. Line height should not be 0. That is not good. Well, let me skip that for now and come down here. Uh-oh. Are you telling me you didn't have any code points? Code point count is 0. What? Font data code point count. You read the font data out at some point. Where is that? Right there. Are you telling me all you got was zeros or what? Code point count, line height, and then... Yeah, so that all looks like it worked. Code point and line height. Line height and code point count don't seem to have come out correctly for some reason. I'm going to check the exporter real quick. Yeah. Line height. Yeah. Hold on. Bring back up the build batch. Run build tools. And then pop over to data, where I would like for you to run TTF to BMP on then, well, first of all, let me run a dir there so I can get the TTFs. There we go. Now I don't have a zero code point count. So the BPFT files just didn't get regenerated. Probably because I didn't rebuild. I probably updated the code in the exporter, but I forgot to rebuild it before I ran it again. Because it's built in a separate script. Okay. So, the line height is good. The code point count is good. And if I come in here, CP index 125, that should be X1, Y1. Well, this here gives the position, the rectangular coordinates of the bitmap in the atlas, and this here gives us some shifting information for locating it properly. Let's see. Yep. And okay, let me see if I run this to completion now. If we get haha, that's closer. Very good. Okay. So now, what now? The texture didn't get created correctly is what it looks like. Where do I... Oh, shoot. I never actually did any of the OpenGL work in here. Alright. That's fine. Render target CPP. Doopy doopy doo. Shift all that over there. Doopy doopy doo doo doo. Reindent all of that. Very good. Okay, so here's what I want. I want right here that code. Oops. Like that. And over here, this code like that. One second. I look like I'm, I don't know what it looks like, but it looks really dark. So I'm gonna see if I can mess with that real quick. Never mind. I give up. We're gonna leave it exactly how it is. And if it looks odd, that is, you know what, I just won't look at it. And so it'll just be your problem instead of mine. Well, I feel better about that already. And if I move on to grabbing this OpenGL stuff, plopping it down over here, see, I need a Gen 1 textures. Put that in the font. I need to bind it. I need to set some parameters. And then I need to, let's see, I text image 2D. I'm going to download the bitmap. What's the name of the bitmap these days? I've renamed it. Image. Oh, wait. 512 was wrong. It's actually text width. Yeah, text width, text height. So now it'll do everything it was doing, which looked like it was maybe laying things out correctly, and it'll render the glyphs correctly, which obviously is false. It is not rendering the glyphs correctly. But man, we're getting there, right? So now the issue is a lot of different issues. It would seem that there's a lot of different issues at play here. That looks strikingly like an F to me. So all hope is not necessarily lost. The data is in there, it's just not coming through correctly. So, how do I want to look into that? I could make a thing to convert my unsigned byte. Oh, is this actually an unsigned bytes? I should double check that. That's how I'm treating it in all this code, but did I actually output that way? Atlas height, atlas width, and that comes from pack sorted rectangles. Hmm. Um. Yeah, so I think what I want to do first is I'll put a debug version of this. So I've got image here. What I'm going to do is I'm going to say once everything else is done, let's just make debug.bmp write binary. Open the file, close it, and in the middle, write into it. And what I want to write is basically I need to figure out how my magic bitmap stuff works again. So, do I still have magic up here? Boomp. I deleted all the bitmap stuff. Huh. Phooey. Okay, here's a plan. Wait, nope, that's not a plan. Alright. Boom. Magic code Bump magic. Yep, calling on you again. Bump magic, come back to me. File save, calculate info, bump save, convert, and there we go. Alright. Now I gotta go back to shmup, code, batch file, switch to building the tool again. Alright, debug the tool. Event 8t. Da 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 da. What's this one? Bump data, bump file info file. Missing parenthesis before star. This compiles as C code. Because I thought that'd be really cool for a couple months to try out. I've decided to stop doing that, by the way. I'm using CPP again, even if I'm strictly adhering to the C style. Version control wouldn't have fixed any of this strange stack. I deleted it because I thought I was done with it, and then I made more changes. So I would have to roll back and undo something crazy anyway. I'm fairly convinced that we just use version control so that I have to waste about 4 hours of my week every week messing with my version control. That's error. Function different const qualifier. You're concerned that I'm passing a const char star file name to a handle. I see, so you don't want me to pass handle there. Fair enough. File save. Yes, now file save, it's the same deal. File, this is handle manual info. If I come down here, this is just handle. If I come over here, this is neither. Okay. Handle manual info. Sorry, this is handle, not manual info. Boom, file save. Looks like you have a handle and a manual info. There we go. Now, if I go back down to the bottom of the file, right there, bump file save. Oh, you know, I don't need to do all that then. I'm just going to do the name of the file, and I'm going to do bump data right there. Now my bump data is going to go here. I just got to fill that struct out correctly. Bump data. Alright. So bump data dot width, bump data dot height, bump data dot byte pitch, bump data dot BPP. That one I know right now. Bump data dot data. Alright, I'm gonna take a short break right now, and I will be back within a couple minutes. See ya. And there we go. So, I gotta work out where all the stuff is. Atlas width, atlas height. Now there's a couple things about this that are always tricky. I should just make a proper interface that does this for me automatically in the future, but well, let's press on. Malloc 4 times atlas width times atlas height. Really, that should just be the byte pitch times atlas height, because if I want to adjust this, which I'll want to do, because there's a rule that basically the width times the height has to be a multiple of 4, I think. Man, I can't remember how that works exactly. But what I will do is for alright, so we've got let's reverse that, and then source putter byte source from the image. This line equals bump data. There we go. And then byte line plus equals atlas width, desc line plus equals bump data dot byte pitch. And in here, what we're going to do is basically uint 8t byte putter equals byte line, uint 32t dest equals dest line, uint 32t plus plus byte putter plus plus dest, and then dst will equal oxff 00000 or do, with these being x16, x8, and x, and with uint 8tx being byte putter, right? And now it's telling me that it doesn't know the atlas width, so I'll put that in here, see if we get a better result. Alright, now it's upset about signed unsigned mismatch, but that's okay. I would be upset about that too if I, was a compiler, I guess. Alright, let's see if it produced the file. Yeah, there it is. So that's not terrible. That looks reasonable. Actually. Where's the F? Hey! None of that. None of that. I would just want F. Where's the F? Let's see. U semicolon V H F. Here it is. Interesting. Alright, so possibilities. It could... it couldn't be anything that I can think of. Off the top of my head, so that didn't help at all. It looks like the textures are coming out right. I probably ran that test already, actually, now that I think about it. But they're certainly not rendering correctly here. It still feels like there's an F right there, even. Which is interesting. But, anyway, where is all that nonsense coming from? I mean, there's nowhere in the texture that looks like that. So whatever it is the texture downloading the wrong way? Okay, that was weird. That was weird too. I want to check this here. Okay, so here comes... Oh, I don't want the image. No. I want the bitmap. Yeah, I did mess that up. Okay, 167. Alright, now, bitmap being a terrible name, what I'm going to do is call this the pop bitmap. That way, in the future, when I come back to this code, I won't facepalm and think, why is this named so horribly? Do I have like a little... Oh yeah. Anyway, uh-oh. Just go ahead and stop out of that and run the build again first. And then run it. Okay. Not good. Why won't you stop at my breakpoint? All files are saved. I ran the build, but you won't stop at my breakpoint. Why not? code is different from the original version. What are you talking about? It's not different from the original version. You just now loaded it. You just now loaded it. It's not different. It's not different from the original version. What are you doing? Okay. Ah, I see. Darn build system. Didn't switch back over. I got a tip, a concept, an idea for what I should really be doing there. That I should really get around to implementing. Uh-oh, now I don't have any breakpoints set. Now please hit my breakpoint. There we go. So, all I want to do is just take a quick perusal of the pot bitmap. 256 by 256, huh? Okay. Alright, that'll have to be good enough for me. Let's give it a look. Haha! Super. Awesome. Cool. So, so that's been a long time coming. Now we can start to think about integrating. Well, I have a tendency to get the thing working and then get rid of some of the scaffolding that I don't actually need anymore, or and skip getting rid of the scaffolding that I don't really need anymore when I should clean it up a little bit first. All right. There we go. So now what we have so far is I can extract font information. I can bake it into a bitmap font format, which also has character positions baked into it. So it's not a bitmap font per se. It's like a rasterized font, though. I have the game system loading that bitmap font and rendering it properly through the same channel it was before. Now what I want to do is I want to have the font be integrated into the whole game editor UI so that you can just add and remove font resources to the game's setup live, right? While the game's playing. And to be doubly cool, what I eventually want to be able to do is even drop TTF files. I think I know what I want to do with this project next. I have a couple fun things I really still want to do. So what we're going to do is we're going to I've been at it for an hour. I'm going to stop here for today because that's a good achievement, and next time the goal will be to dive back into the asset system. Oh, next time is going to be interrupted by Handmade Hero, Handmade Con. Handmade Con. Well, I'll do it someday other than Monday. I'll do it, I can't do it next week. Well, whatever. In 2 Mondays, we'll dive back into the asset system, and I'll figure out how to make sure I can add the BPFT files to that, and then I think after that, what I want to be able to do is have some kind of system that allows me to drag and drop PNGs and TTFs into the game and have it auto-run the conversions for those into the game formats. That would be kind of cool, and something I was hoping to get done at some point. So, seems like a good thing to do now. Anyway, thank you for joining me for this stream. I'll be back in 2 weeks because next week there's Handmade Con and I won't be back in time to stream from that. But I'll see you in 2 weeks. Later.